Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that a majority of our audience today are joining in from Hong Kong, and so a very good evening to you all, but also a very good afternoon to our audience who are joining us here from in the UK. In response to, the response and support for today's discussion has been somewhat overwhelming, and we do offer our sincere gratitude for this. Unfortunately, however, as we reach maximum capacity for this webinar, I can only apologise if you were unable to join our live session today and have to listen via the recording sent out to you. My name is Ian, property consultant for Vantage Properties, and I will be your host today. So firstly, I would like to introduce to you our panelists. And if I can ask our panelists to just give us a little wave as I call your name out, just so we all know who you are. So firstly, we have Jessica Luo, Immigration Advisor at Lisa's Law, whom will be discussing BNO passport how BNO passport holders can move to the UK. We also have Trish Tolman, Sales Consultant for Berkeley St Edward, along with Danny Rowland, Sales Director for Berkeley St Edward, whom will be presenting to you their outstanding development, the mansions at Wimbledon Hill Park, as well as answer any questions that you may have on the developments. During the webinar, if you did have any questions for our panelists, please feel free to type it out in the questions tab at any time. And of course, we'll try our best to answer all of the questions in the Q&A discussion at the end of all the presentations. I will now be passing over to Jessica for her presentation on BNO passports. So welcome, Jessica.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and good evening to our audience in Hong Kong. Welcome to today's BNO Visa webinar. My name is Jessica Luo. I am an immigration consultant at Lisa's Law Solicitors. So in today's presentation, we will talk about the Hong Kong BNO Visa recently introduced by the British government in July 2020. I will first guide you through the application requirements for this visa route. We'll talk about what you can do and cannot do with the BNO visa in the UK and its application process. After that, we'll discuss the general requirement to apply for settlement and British citizenship in the UK. And for people who cannot apply for the BNO visa, we'll also talk about other common UK immigration routes. So before we start, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you our law firm and the services that we provide. So Lisa's Law was founded in 2012 in London. We are regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority to provide legal services to the public. We are a team of highly experienced solicitors and legal professionals. We can provide legal services in multiple languages, including English, Mandarin, Cantonese, Spanish, and Italian. Currently, our legal team have 7 SR registered solicitors, 6 trainee solicitors, and 17 other legal professionals. So my name is Jessica. I am an immigration consultant at Lisa's Law. I have over 4 years experience in practicing immigration law, and particularly in business immigration. I have helped over 200 families in applying for a UK visa and settling in the UK. Apart from immigration law, Lisa's Law also provides a variety of services in different areas of law. This will include commercial and residential conveyancing, business law, family law, private client services, and litigation. We aim to be a reliable partner for individuals and small and medium-sized business in the UK. Therefore, we also have a tax department to offer accounting, taxation, and business consultancy services. Next, let's talk about today's topic, Hong Kong BNO visa. So this visa was introduced in July 2020. to reflect the UK's historical commitment to BNO citizens in Hong Kong. This visa route will allow BNO citizens and their family members to live in the UK for up to 5 years. After that, they can apply to settle in the UK and later to become a British citizen. This visa will be available for application starting from January next year. And the Home Office already confirmed that in order to apply for this visa, BNO citizens and their family members do not need to hold a valid BNO passport. They simply need to prove that they have BNO status. So what is BNO status? The BNO status was created for people who lost their British Dependent Territory citizenship when Hong Kong was returned to China in 1997. The BNO status cannot be passed on future generations. Therefore, if you do not currently have the status, you can no longer apply for it. According to data in April 2020, less than 360,000 people have a valid BNO passport. However, it is estimated that around 2.9 million people in Hong Kong have BNO status. So we can conclude that the following 3 kinds of people have BNO status. The first one are people who have applied for BNO status on or before June 30th, 1997. Second are people born before July 1st, 1997 to BNO parents, and their names are also included in their parents' BNO passports. And the last one are people born between January 1st, 1997 and June 30th, 1997, and who applied for the BNO status before September 30th, 1997. However, if you're not sure whether you have BNO status, you can confirm this by writing an email to Her Majesty's Passport Office. So what you need to do is provide a data request form like this and a scanned copy of your proof of ID. By writing an email to the Passport Office, you should be able to receive a reply in 28 days, and they will be able to tell you whether you have BNO status. Apart from BNO citizens, the family members of the BNO citizens can also apply for the BNO visa. When we are talking about family members, we are referring to spouse, a married partner, or the children under the age of 18 of the BNO citizen. And a married partner is a durable partner that has been living with the BNO citizen for at least 2 years. In some cases, dependent children over the age of 18 may still apply for the BNO visa. However, in such cases, the applicant will need to prove that they are still financially dependent on the BNO citizen and that they are living together as a family unit. Under very exceptional circumstances, some adult relatives of the BNO citizen, for example, their parents, can also apply for the BNO visa. However, in these cases, they will need to prove that they're highly dependent on the BNO citizen. This means that there's no one else and no local authority to take care of the applicant in their home country. So in this page, we are looking at the specific requirement to apply for the BNO visa. The first one is the applicants should be an ordinarily resident in Hong Kong. This means that they usually live in Hong Kong. Even if the applicants are already in the UK, if they can provide evidence to show that they usually live in Hong Kong, for example, they have a Hong Kong residence card, or they can provide utility bills in Hong Kong, then they can still apply for the BNO visa. Second, applicants should demonstrate that they can accommodate and support themselves financially in the UK for at least 6 months. So currently, the Home Office does not have a specific requirement about the level of funds required for this visa. However, we believe that this will be decided in a more detailed guidance later. Number 3, applicants should show that they are committed to learn English. However, it is not required for the applicants to meet the English requirement when they first apply for the BNO visa. They simply need to show that they're willing to learn English. Number 4, applicants will need to provide a valid tuberculosis test certificate. Such certificates can be acquired at a clinic in Hong Kong, and this should usually cost around 500 Hong Kong dollars. Number 5, BNO citizens and their family members should have no serious criminal convictions, and they shouldn't have broken the immigration law. That is to say that if they have criminal offense or they have broken UK immigration laws, for example, overstaying their visa in the UK, this may be a problem for them to apply for the BNO visa. However, such cases will be decided on a case-by-case scenario by the Home Office. And lastly, applicants will need to pay the immigration health surcharge and visa application fee. So the immigration health surcharge is a fee for applicants to use public healthcare services in the UK for free. So after paying this immigration health surcharge, they can use public health services in the UK basically for free. So the immigration health surcharge is going to be £624 per year per person, starting from October this year. However, we do not know the application fee yet. This should be decided at a later stage. So let's say if you're granted the BNO visa, let's see what you can do and you cannot do in the UK. First of all, BNO citizens and their family members can live in the UK for up to 5 years. They can also choose to apply for a 2.5-year visa first and then renew their visa in the future. So after living in the UK for 5 years on a BNO visa, they can then apply to settle in the UK. And 1 year after they become permanent residents, they can apply for British citizenship. BNO citizens and their family members will be allowed to work in the UK in almost any capacity. This means that they can work for almost any employers. They can also start their own business or open a limited company in the UK. Dependent children of the BNO citizens will be able to be educated in the UK. So in terms of primary education and secondary education, they can be treated just like other UK residents. But in terms of higher education, they may be required to pay the international fee. However, this is not decided, and we will have to look at the further guidance of the Home Office in order to tell you more information. And in the end, BNO citizens and their family members can use public healthcare services in the UK for free, just like other UK residents, after paying the immigration health surcharge. However, there are certain conditions of the BNO visa. So before BNO citizens and their family members become permanent residents in the UK, they will not be able to receive state benefits, and they have to keep paying the immigration health surcharge in order to use the public healthcare services. Also, they're required to comply with UK laws and regulations. If they are convicted of criminal offences, they may be required to leave the UK. And next, let's look at how to apply for this visa. So as we have mentioned, the visa will be available to apply starting from January next year. The Home Office has decided that they're going to use a very similar technology to the EU settlement scheme. So basically, applicants can submit their application online without the need to go to a visa center. They should be able to scan their passports and supporting documents via an online portal. Also, applicants do not need a valid Bno passport in order to apply. They simply need a proof of ID, for example, a valid Hong Kong passport or nationality card. And they also need to prove that they have the BNO status. However, a valid BNO passport is not required. Such applications can be submitted either in Hong Kong, in the UK, or anywhere else. That is because the applications can be submitted online. As part of the application, BNO citizens and their family members will be required to submit their biometric data. The BNO citizens will need to provide a facial image of themselves, but family members will also be required to submit their fingerprints. So if their application are successful, they will be granted a digital visa. This means that by logging into the online application portal, they should be able to see their visa status online. There usually will not be a physical document to certify their visa status anymore. So as we have mentioned, the visa application will be available next year in January. If BNO citizens and their family members would like to enter the UK before that, they may be granted leave outside the rules for 6 months. So as you may know, BNO citizens or Hong Kong citizens can also enter the UK and stay here for up to 6 months as a visitor. However, as a visitor, they will not be able to work or study in the UK. But with leave outside the rules, they can start to live, work, or study in the UK before the BNO visa is available for application. So in order to be considered for leave outside the rules, BNO citizens and their family members will need to provide the following evidence when they enter the UK at the UK border. First of all, they need to have a valid proof of ID. So that is a valid passport, either a Hong Kong passport or BNO passport, or a nationality card. Second, they will need to prove that they have BNO status. Third, they should show that they usually live in Hong Kong and that they are financially stable to support themselves in the UK for at least 6 months. And if family members are also traveling together, they need to prove evidence of their relationship. For example, marriage certificate or birth certificates. And lastly, and very importantly, they should have full health insurance before they come to the UK. That is because during the 6-month leave outside the rules, they will not be able to access public health services for free. So in order to prove the BNO status at the UK border, the BNO citizens will need a valid passport to show their ID. To prove their BNO status, they can either use a valid or expired BNO passport to prove. However, if they do not have a physical document to prove their BNO status, usually a border force officer can also check their details via the Home Office database. If they are satisfied that they have the BNO status, then they will be granted leave outside the rules for 6 months. So with this 6-month visa, BNO citizens and their family members can study and work in the UK. However, they will not be able to receive state benefits and they cannot use the public health services for free. So when the BNO visa is available for application in January 2021, BNO citizens and their family members will be able to switch to a BNO visa within the UK. Next, let's look at how to apply for settlement and British citizenship in the UK after being granted the BNO visa. So first of all, to apply for settlement, BNO citizens and their family members will need to have lived in the UK for at least 5 years. And during those 5 years, they should not be outside the UK for over 180 days during any 12 months. Also, they'll need to satisfy the English language requirement and pass the Live in the UK test. So the English language requirement is CEFR level B1. This is equivalent to a 4.0 in IELTS, but only in speaking and listening. There will not be a written test for the English language test. And the Live in the UK test is a multiple choice test about knowledge in the UK. So 1 year after the BNO citizens and their family members become permanent residents in the UK, they can apply to become a British citizen. In order to apply for British citizenship, they need to show that during the 5 years before application, they have not been outside the UK for over 450 days. And in the 12 months immediately before the application date, they cannot be outside the UK for over 90 months. Again, they will need to meet the English language and Live in the UK requirement, and they should be a person of good character, which means they do not have severe criminal convictions. So when we mention the English language and live in the UK requirement here, either for settlement or British citizenship applications, they are only for people aged between 18 to 65. So children under the age of 18 and people over 65 will not need to meet the English language and live in the UK requirement. So for people who are not eligible to apply for the BNO visa, we are now introducing other common UK immigration routes. The first one is the Tier 1 investor visa. So the investor visa is for people who would like to invest at least £2 million in the UK. They can invest the funds either in UK registered companies or the UK stock market. So with the Tier 1 investor visa, applicants and their family members can usually settle in the UK in 2 to 5 years. This will depend on how much they are investing in the UK. If they invest, for example, £10 million in the UK, then they can settle in the UK in 2 years. The next one is Innovator visa. Innovator visa is for people who would like to start an innovative business in the UK. So this visa was introduced in April 2019 to replace the original Tier 1 entrepreneur visa. In order to apply for this visa, applicants should have at least £50,000 to invest in their innovative business. However, in order to apply for this visa, the applicants should receive an endorsement letter from an endorsing body before they submit the application. So an endorsing body is like a business incubation approved by the Home Office. So the business incubation organization, they should be satisfied that the business model is innovative and then the applicant has the ability to set up a business in the UK. The English language requirement for this visa route is relatively higher than other applications. So with the Innovator visa, applicants and their family members can usually settle in the UK in 3 years if they meet relevant requirements. The Global Talent Visa is for emerging leaders or leaders in certain industries, for example, science, medicine, engineering, social science and humanities, digital technology, art and culture, and research. So in order to apply for the Global Talent Visa, applicants will also need to obtain an endorsement letter from an endorsing body. With the Global Talent Visa, applicants can usually settle in the UK in 3 to 5 years. So this will depend on whether they are industry leaders or they are emerging leaders in the UK. If they are leaders of their field, then they can settle in the UK usually in 3 years. The next visa route is one of the most popular immigration routes in the UK, the representative of an overseas business visa. So this visa route is for people who are appointed by an overseas business to set up a branch or subsidiary in the UK. The applicants should have been employed outside the UK by the overseas business for some time, and they should show that they have the ability to set up a UK subsidiary. So the advantage of this visa route is that it is not required to make a certain level of investment. So the Home Office does not require you to make an investment in the UK subsidiary. And also, the English language requirement for this visa route is also relatively low. It is CEFR level A1. This is less than a 3.0 in IELTS. And if you can pass a listening and oral test that lasts around 5 to 6 minutes, then you should be able to meet the English requirement. So with the Overseas Business Representative visa, applicants and their family members can settle in the UK in 5 years. The Tier 2 skilled worker visa are for people who are offered a skilled job by a UK employer. However, not all UK employers can sponsor foreign nationals for a working visa. Usually, the employer will have to apply for a sponsor license from the Home Office in order to sponsor foreign workers in the UK. Also, the kind of jobs offered in the Tier 2 visa will usually need to meet the skill level and salary requirements. For example, if we would like to apply for a Tier 2 working visa from outside the UK, then the kind of jobs you are offered should be giving you a salary of at least £30,000 per year. However, in 2021, the Home Office is going to introduce a new skilled worker visa, and the good news is they're going to reduce the salary requirement, and they're going to lower the skill level requirement. So this means that it may be easier for a foreign worker to find a job and be sponsored working visa in the UK next year. Also in 2021, the Home Office is introducing a new graduate immigration route for international students. So if you're completing a degree in the UK from the summer of 2021, you will be able to stay in the UK and work in the UK for up to 2 years. For PhD graduates, they will be able to stay in the UK for up to 3 years. And in the end, if you are the family member of a settled person or a British citizen, you will still be able to apply for a family visa to move to the UK. So in here, family members are usually referring to spouse, partner, a married partner, or the children under the enter the age of 18 of the British citizen or settled person. Also, family visa applicants will also need to meet the English language requirement and the financial income requirements. And lastly, if you have lived in the UK lawfully for 10 years and on different visas, you may still apply to settle in the UK. In order to apply, you need to prove that you haven't been outside the UK for over 540 days in the 10 years before your application. And also, you shouldn't have left the UK for over 180 days at one time. So the above is our basic introduction to the Hong Kong BNO visa and other UK immigration routes. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us later at the Q&A section. You're also more than welcome to contact us directly by the contact details we list here. Recently, Lisa's Law has developed our own mobile applications. If you search Lisa's Law on the App Store or Google Play, you should be able to download our mobile application. So via this mobile application, you'll be able to learn more about us or submit new inquiries. We offer a free initial consultation for up to 15 minutes. So by submitting a new inquiry on our mobile applications, we should be able to get back to you within 24 hours on a business day. And in the end, I would like to thank you for listening to our presentation today. If you would like to stay updated to UK immigration laws or other areas of law in the UK, you can follow us on our social media platforms. So we'll be sharing this slideshow later. If you click on one of these buttons here, you'll be directed to our social media page. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for the very useful and informative presentation on BNO passports.
Thank you.
As you can see from the presentation, Jessica and her colleagues are extremely competent and experienced professionals specializing in immigration. And you'll certainly be in very capable hands should you wish to seek their expertise. Of course, if you wanted to find out more regarding this topic, Jessica will be rejoining us towards the end of today's webinar for a Q&A discussion.